All right, let's start the music.
Talk about your songs, talk about John 316. Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass.
I've been hanging out in the garden beach with my main squeaky. I know 20,000 leagues under the sea, 40 nights and 40 days. I hung and bung on the Titanic and Hercules. This is where the power lies. Fuck Hulk Hogan, 46. How many times you decent run? So about my so garbage. Ty Forest, Toshindo, Terrando, Germando. Fuck all of you.
You know, poor people who don't like AEW.
That's all kayfabe.
That's all kayfabe, guys. Welcome to another episode of That's All Kayfabe. Oh, it started again. I forgot. Okay, let's just listen. That's all kayfabe intro for an hour and a half. Let's just listen to that.
Oh shit! Fucking lo-fi music to study to.
Oh yeah, no ASMR. I'm here with my buddy Gabe. How's it going, Gabe?
It's going good, man. Just trying to keep warm. It's fucking freezing in my house right now.
Oh, it's better than melting or whatever the opposite would be, you know, like where you're just super hot.
Yeah, melting. It's melting. Yeah.
Doing the math
no.
there, yes.
It's like when I was younger, I always said I like winter because I like being bundled up. But I think the older I get, it's more of a realization. I just like spring, where it's just like nice, like weather where I could just go out in shorts. I'm not sweating like crazy. Maybe like 75 degrees, breezy, where I'm just like, this is really nice weather. Because right now, it says it's 40 something degrees, but it feels like 28. I think that's kind of bullshit. Someone's lying on there.
I know, because they could be a weather person, but just be warm blooded, where they're like, oh, it just feels colder. You know, and it's like,
Yeah, sure.
but it feels like this, and it's like, okay, but what is it? Tell me what it is.
It's really crazy weather we're having, man. Fucking, because for us in Texas, San Antonio specifically, we're gonna have a freeze on Tuesday, which I kind of hope happens, so that way I don't have to go to work on Tuesday. But PSA for everyone: be careful, don't drive stupid. Make sure you wrap your pipes, let your pipes drip. Get hot chocolate. Just stay inside, stay warm. You know, that's the important thing.
Go to the stores beforehand and get toilet paper or whatever else y'all lose your minds for.
Yeah, hand sanitizer, Lysol spray, meats,
N95 masks.
Yeah, N95 mask. What else? All the bargain deals and stuff. You know, good stuff.
All the bargain deals.
All the big deals. Yeah, but look, I'm prepared for the cold. Since we're mentioning it, I took Giselle's like slipper shoe socks, and they have like elephants on them. I'm wearing these right now as we speak. They look like hospital ones because they got that stickies on the bottom so you don't slip around.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So they're keeping my feet hella warm, man. They match my my outfit.
I've always liked the socks that they give you at the hospital with the like grips on the bottom.
Oh, I didn't like that at all.
Really? You don't like those? Man.
Nah, I only because I had surgery when I was 18 to remove my gallbladder.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me that. That one, yeah.
Yeah, but it's like I just didn't like it because I mean I'm wearing socks. I never experienced that stuff in my life. So it's like I would try to slide around, but then it's like I would trip up on myself like pre-surgery, you know. Enjoy my youth before they take away my gallbladder. Take away the man that I am.
You're just like, but can I still slide when you take it out? It's
like you will never slide again. Oh my god!
Just kill me.
Yeah, but speaking of outfits, real quick, I want to just give a shout out to you because I'm wearing your shirt right now. That's All Funny podcast, you know, supported on the channel.
Hell yeah, that looks badass.
Dude, if it's great, man. I love
Hell
the
yeah.
shirt. I love the other one that you gave me as well. The 3D one, or it reminds me of what's the name of that horror movie from like the 80s? It's like that type of style too. Is it Vertigo?
I don't know, but
Ah,
that is supposed to go like the 3D style,
mhm.
but it's actually the Splatoon Japanese variant because it has the Splatoon colors.
Oh, I never
That's
played
what
Splatoon.
my niece was like really good at Splatoon, and I just like the colors that they use.
Mhm,
And
yeah.
we have a 3D one that's red and blue, but then it's like, oh, we're gonna do a Japanese variant that's green and pink, or bright green and bright pink.
No, the colors are really nice, man. I never wear white, but it's like that one's just different. And
I,
it's like
I
it's a good material too. It's not like the really thick cotton or anything. Like it's a
mhm.
very like thin material, but I'm not like freezing or anything. I don't think I'm freezing. My nipples aren't hard. But
My nipples look like milk duds.
let's all, wait, quick, let's all go to the lobby. Oh wait, that's Futurama. Never mind. I'm thinking Futurama.
It's all the same. It's all the same.
I love it all, man. I love it all.
Hell yeah.
But
Well, yeah,
we're a
wrestling.
wrestling podcast.
Wrestling. So, did you watch any Raw or AEW or any sort of wrestling this week?
You know what? Fuck. I don't want to sound like a WWE fanboy, but I keep on forgetting that AEW is on Max. And so I skipped over it. But I did see Raw.
Oh, did
And let
you?
me tell you, yes, I saw a good chunk of Raw because some of this because I work when Raw happens. So when I go home, it's like, oh, I could just play it from the beginning. And I started from I saw them. The big news is that Penta debuted
Hmm.
against Chad Gable, which let me tell you, man, that was a great match. It was good. This Raw in general was really good. I thought it was better than the first episode.
No, yeah, we're gonna talk about Penta in detail, but I wanted to go over some of the stuff. Just like because I watched all of wrestling this week.
Hell yeah,
Just because I had like other shit to do, kind of like where you have it on the background, watch it while you're doing other things.
yeah.
So real quick, I'm just gonna mention like what went down with all the shows, and then you react to that. I know exactly, like Stevie Richards or whatever when he's doing that face like oh
Oh no.
with botches. Yeah.
No, what's up with Maven? Like,
Oh my god, even
I like
you,
his
you
videos, but it's like he gives such like vivid details on everything, but it's like he was only there for like 4 years. I mean, not discrediting him or anything, but it's like he was like the big Carter. I've heard,
yeah.
but I think it's cool seeing stories like that, especially ones like about the Royal Rumble and stuff, like how they do all that stuff.
But yeah, how you said it's funny how it seems like he was there like forever for its inception and its ending and stuff like that. He just still has all that shit to say about it. It's like, dude, you were only there for 4 years. Like, what do you
Yeah,
mean?
that's gonna be our thumbnail. It's the fake reaction to.
It's kind of like the guy. Oh yeah, man, fuck working at like where we used to work. You were only there for 6 months. We were there for like
I
years.
know. It's like, I've been there for 7 years, bro. What are you talking about?
But real quick, I'll just tell you. I wrote real quick notes. So, because there really isn't like a lot of exciting things. So Raw, just so you know, the Fortnite logo was gone for
Yes.
this episode.
Mm-hmm.
That was something that I don't know if you noticed.
That was
People noticed.
that
So
the first thing I told my wife. I was like, "Oh, the logo's gone." And she's like, "Maybe they ran out of money." And I was like, "No, they got a lot of money."
Fortnite ran out of money. No,
I, Man, they just got Miku on Fortnite. You telling me there's like she's worth like $1 billion?
that was something there. And then the Penta debut with Chad Gable, which we're going to talk about, that was something noteworthy. Um, and then the Spanish promo, which he did that Spanish promo where I was like, I gotta learn Spanish.
I gotta learn Chinese.
Did you see any of that promo?
I did, man. It was he actually did a really good job. And like the crowd was super behind him.
Mm-hmm.
Like they popped hardcore like when he started speaking Spanish. I'm not gonna lie, it kind of gave me goosebumps too. Like he just seems like so happy to be there, and I'm just like, oh man, only if Phoenix was there. That makes me sad.
Poor fucking, oh my god, they're keeping him trapped in the
Hmm.
asylums. Um, Another thing here, the women's intercontinental tournament finals, which crowned a champion
Hmm.
for the intercontinental women's belt, and it was Dakota Kai versus Lyra Valkyria, and Lyra Valkyria won.
Yes, I'm not. I do like both, but I was a little heartbroken because I wanted Dakota Kai to win so bad.
Yeah, I thought she was gonna win too. I didn't know Lyra Valkyria was getting pushed.
But this one was a good match too,
It
man.
was pretty good.
Like I was very surprised at that suplex off of the apron onto the floor. That knocked my air out just watching it.
Dude, that shit. I mean, of course, that's in the old days that would like stop a match and take them in the stretcher and shit. And but it didn't
Mhm.
really look that. It looked good. It was just wasn't that much of a fucking issue to me in this sense, where I'm like,
Mhm.
oh no, how did you get back up from that? That was the fucking floor, the concrete floor.
Yeah, but no, I'm not discrediting it at all. Like it was still a good match.
Hmm. And then lastly here, JBL will be on Raw next Monday.
Dang, who do you think he's gonna clothesline?
If I had to guess, it's probably going to be like Chad Gable or a town down under, something like that. I just imagine they're going to find someone
Dude,
to job
should
out
we
for him.
should we make a bet? Not like a money bet, but like let's just say I legit think he's gonna clothesline Dominic Mysterio.
That would be fun. I think he's gonna do a town down under, the both of them. The
Both of them.
what are the Austin
Oh,
Theory
and
and
Grayson Waller.
Grayson Waller. I think
Yeah,
he's gonna clothesline both of them.
that make me sad, dude. I really like Austin Theory. I like both of them.
When he used to be a Vince McMahon dude, and now Vince McMahon's gone. So
I know, poor guy. He's so talented though, man. Like he's really good. But
uh
yeah, he just needs to clothesline everybody.
fuck yeah, no, that'd be fun. And then I watched NXT. Did you watch or hear about
Oh
NXT?
wow. Okay, you
Mhm.
watch NXT as well.
I did. I'm telling you, I watched everything.
Let me see. I'm trying to remember what happened with NXT. I know what's his name. Something Evans, right? They came out with um Ethan Page, the one that like broke his jaw or like he had
Oh yeah,
that mouth. What's his name? Oh my god.
I don't remember. I remember that though when he came out and that Ethan Page just like smacked him in the face and that
So,
was it to knock him down. He was like
yeah, man.
bleeding a little out of his mouth.
Nah, dude, that. Oh man, I apologize, man. I don't remember his name, but that dude is so talented, so talented. When they had NXT debut on the CW, and they debuted in St. Louis, I believe, they gave him a match versus Randy Orton, and like it was just really, it was a really good match. Like that, I hope he succeeds well. Hopefully, he doesn't have any controversy. That's what I really hope for.
And I was thinking about Ethan Page because he was like really nothing in AEW, right? And now he's like kind of a big deal in fucking NXT.
I know they made him a AEW champ. I mean AEW NXT champion.
That's crazy.
Yeah, for a little bit. Let me ask you: did they show the final boss? And by final boss, I mean Obafemi.
I don't remember. I don't remember writing down my note. I think maybe if they did, he was like backstage,
Oh, dude,
but I
I
don't
love
remember him coming out.
Man, dude, that guy gets me so pumped, dude. That man is a champion. He
He's a big
deserves
dude.
it. Hell yeah, dude. I love me some open family, dude. He better be at the Royal Rumble, dude. I want him to just beat the shit out of everybody.
What I have here on the NXT TNA Knockouts champions Slamovich. I don't remember what her first name is.
Marsha
Yeah,
Marsha Samovich, I think.
she was in the crowd
Hell yeah.
to watch them. I don't know, entertain them.
Are you not sports entertained?
And then Bailey came out on NXT, and that was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, because she was talking to Roxanne Perez, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What was anything noteworthy from the promo? I know like a lot of people were talking about it, but I didn't get to look too much into it.
No, just Bailey, like showing her, like who's boss, essentially.
Mhm.
And they were there in like her hometown. I think Bailey's hometown. That's why she was there.
Mhm.
But it's always good to see Bailey.
Oh, and also you saw Fraxium, right? They wrestled as well.
Oh yeah, that was a good match. Yeah, they were good.
Dude, so what you think about Fraxium?
Yeah, no, they were badass.
Ah, dude.
It's such a weird pairing of those two dudes, and
Mhm.
they don't really want to call them Fraxium. It seems more like they do, but
Mhm.
it sounds like they want to keep their names separate. But they were good. It was a good match.
And Nathan Frazier and Axiom. Hence the name Fraxium.
They were good. They were good. It works combining two names into
Oh,
one.
dude, yeah. At first, I was like, "Oh man, this is stupid." And it's like, no, they're actually one of the tag teams of 2024, man. Like they kick ass, they really do. And I believe, if I remember correctly, DIY were there, correct? Because they were standing in the crowd watching the match.
I think so. Again, it's so much wrestling.
It's a lot of wrestling. It's a lot of
And I
wrestling.
just wrote I literally wrote down like one or two things per fucking wrestling event because I'm like, this is noteworthy, this is noteworthy, but it's like there's so much shit. I just don't know how, like with regular like you have a regular job, you have your wife, you have social outings you go to. I don't know how some people can keep up with all of this and then even more wrestling that exists out there.
Legit, like I told you though, one day if this podcast ever takes off, I would quit my job and do this full time.
Oh
Like
yeah.
I'll watch all the wrestling I could, man. I don't give a fuck. I love
Oh
wrestling.
yeah.
I know it's like maybe I'll be burnt out a little bit. I think it's more burnt out like finding news on Twitter to share with you for this podcast. And it's just people's like stupid opinions. I mean, everyone has stupid opinions, right? Or it's like, oh, cool news. It's like, according to Dave Meltzer, and I fucking X out of it. I was like, that's not news.
Yeah, they always put like emotion into it, like their own feelings, because even some of these stories we see with Penta, it's like
Mm-hmm.
Penta's debut went a little too long. The sources say that people were upset about it, but it's like, okay, well, who are those people, and
I
in
know.
what way were they upset? Like, what were your
Yeah, it's like
sources?
it's never into detail. And I remember
Yeah.
looking into that as well. I'm pretty sure we'll talk about it more in a little
Oh
bit.
yeah, definitely will.
Yeah. But we'll get to it when we get to it.
AEW Dynamite MVP wrestled in a 6-man tag with the Hurt Syndicate. That was pretty
Who do
good.
they wrestle?
Jay Briscoe and Private Party.
I like Private Party. I really do. Was that a good match?
It was all right. I like seeing Jay Briscoe, and MVP looked pretty decent
No,
considering he.
Mark Briscoe.
Yeah, there you go. My bad. Yeah, because the other one passed away. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. That was it was a decent match for what it was.
Mhm.
But it was interesting seeing MVP wrestle. He hadn't wrestled in a while.
Is that is this the same episode where Powerhouse Hobbs wrestled?
Yes, but but nah. My DVR like didn't catch the very end of it, so it like cut off before I could see what happened to him. So I was like,
Oh man.
yeah, I guess he got beat up by the BBC, no, the Death Riders,
Mhm.
and whatever he got fucked up. But yeah, I didn't get to see that. But it was the one where he wrestled, and I think it ended like a WCW NWO shit where it was like no contest. They just came in and just got disqualified.
Oh, man, that's criminal, man. I want absolutely nothing but the best for Powerhouse Hobbs, man.
Yeah.
I love. We talk about him all the time. He's just so fucking awesome.
No, you know what I think happened if it was on that episode? They were gonna beat him up, and then fucking the Outrunners came out to save him, and then they got overpowered, and then oh my God, who was the other team that came out to save him? FTR, FT rated R
Okay. Cope.
with Cope, and so it ended up being for Collision a 12-man tag.
Oh my God, dude.
Because the Learning Tree came out to help the Death Riders.
Oh man.
So it was the Learning Tree and the Learning Tree and the Death Riders versus rated FT Cope, FTR Cope, the fucking Powerhouse Hobbs, and then the Outrunners.
Oh yeah, that's what everyone was complaining about, right?
Yeah, it's
Because
too
it was
many
just
people.
man, and it was just all thrown together too. Like everyone was
Mhm.
talking about how there's no story being put into. Everyone was shitting on it. I remember this. I can't believe that was this week. Was this week also when Samoa Joe returned, or was that the
Yeah.
week prior?
No, it was this. It was this episode I'm talking about. Samoa Joe showed up to help Hook when he was
Mhm.
facing Christian Cage.
Oh, okay, and they jumped Hook, right?
Yeah. No,
Okay.
that was pretty decent. But like it was decent, but it was like not really anything to write about, you know.
Mhm. I love Samoa Joe though, man. He is so cool. He's just badass. He's just
He's
sick.
fat. He's fat.
He got 6 days off the week. There's 7 days. I know what I said.
For SmackDown, Bailey main evented and lost against Tiffany Stratton.
Oh man, was that a good match though?
It was good. It was really good.
Yeah.
But that was the only noteworthy thing from SmackDown. And lastly, in Collision, which was yesterday, the Acclaimed broke up.
Really?
Yeah,
Dang.
Max Caster was already out in the ring. He was saying he doesn't need his partner, the gay guy.
Mhm.
And then Billy Gunn came out and he was trying to talk them like they're his kids, and Max Caster was like, no, we don't need I don't need you, I don't need either of you. I'm not gonna scissor anymore. I'm done. And then they just broke up, and Billy Gunn's still with the gay dude. I forget his name.
Anthony Bowen.
There we go. Yeah, so they're still gay for each other, scissoring, but Max Caster's done with the Acclaimed.
Do you think anything's gonna happen with Max Caster? I feel like he's too problematic, right? That a lot of people are shitting on him too because he doesn't know when to shut up on Twitter.
Wasn't he one of the ones that was like, I don't mind if they if that chick's a racist from fucking TNA or something, Tessa Blanchard?
Oh man, I don't remember. I think it was
I like Tessa
Moose.
Blanchard. Oh,
You like
okay,
Tessa?
yeah.
What's
No,
somebody was like that.
No. He said that I don't know about Tessa Blanchard. I don't think she's worth it. Like we talked about it, the racism and stuff like that.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
I remember
but
now.
I imagine Max Caster's like, I like Tessa Blanchard.
Well, I think she's all right. The pitchforks up to his neck already. But let me just give you a round of applause, man, because I can't believe we watched all that wrestling in 1
Dude.
week.
I'm telling you, it's just so much wrestling, and then to like, there's like I said, there's more stuff that went down, but I just took a few notes here and there, and it's just like, man, that's a lot for people to keep up with from, like I said, just the 2 promotions, let alone all the other promotions that are there.
Like we'd even include like Ring of Honor or New Japan, TNA, yeah. That's well, we will have TNA news on here definitely because it's kind of one of the bigger things that did happen this week as well. But man, that's what a lot of wrestling. That is definitely a lot of wrestling. It's crazy to think like wrestling now is such like a big like output of entertainment compared to like NBA and NFL. Like I feel like it's up there as well. Like MMA, where it's like there's something different with it, like every day. Where like NBA, it's like yes, you have games every other day or like every day, but then you also have like your highlight show. They get shown on Sports Center, and it's just like a lot of highlights focused on that sport. To where now I feel wrestling also has that same type of outlet where it could be showcased in that way as well. I know every year, like Sports Center around WrestleMania time, they'll talk about WrestleMania or SummerSlam because those are the 2 biggest events of the year. And I like it still blows my mind whenever I see it on Sports Center.
It's cool. I know, like you said, blows your mind. It's cool to me that like that bleeds over to real professional sports, if you want to say real. But the entertainment can bleed over that to where, you know, they do cross promotional events of having what, like when they did it, they had Triple H or Cody Rhodes on Pat McAfee with the college basketball people too, and it's just cool that you could see like, oh, they're fans or the athletes are fans, you know, and they get to
Mm-hmm.
see these people that they respect and admire while being respected and admired too, you know.
I forgot when it was. I think it was one of these football games I watched either this weekend or the week before. That someone scored a touchdown, and the touchdown, like their celebration was a pedigree. He did the pedigree to his partner.
They showed that on Raw, I think. They had
Oh,
what's
really?
his they had what's his name break it down, Pat
Pat
McAfee, like
McAfee. That's funny.
with the football drawing, they broke it down, and it was pretty funny how he ended up showing it. He's like, yeah, he screwed it up real bad, but he tried. I give it so many points for effort, you know.
He's like, he went to work for himself. Damn it. But yeah,
But
it's
yeah,
like you see in football, you see it like last night they had a UFC event. I know Kathy Kelly and CM Punk were both there. And then they were interviewing some of the UFC fighters, like, hey, CM Punk, like I fucking love you and all this other stuff. Like everyone's just like fans. It's
mm-hmm.
kind of cool to see like when celebrities are like geeking over other celebrities, you know?
No, yeah, it's real cool.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just, you think, oh, it's just wrestling, but it's bigger than that. You know what I
It's
mean? It
still
really
real to
is.
me, damn
Let's start with the biggest news we had this week. Penta's debut, his long-awaited debut, the what they called the worst kept secret in wrestling, that he was going to
Yeah,
debut. I would say you watched it, right? You watched. Did you watch the whole match or just
I
the
did.
promo? Or it was
Yeah,
good.
I'm very surprised at how many people were so behind Penta. I mean, not saying he's not a big star or anything, but it's
Yeah.
like I thought it was gonna be more like casual or like a WWE fan, like or a casual fan start watching like, oh, who's Penta? I don't know who Penta is, but man, he was showcased like a star. I thought
Mm-hmm.
he was injured because he was selling his leg like fucking crazy, and I was really worried. I know it was a little slow at first. Well, like they do the grapples and stuff. I know he
Mm-hmm.
fucked up on that weird leg drop he was trying to do.
Yeah.
But I was just like, oh, it's okay because he hasn't wrestled in a long time. But then that match really picked up like toward the end, man. Me and Giselle, we were both like getting into like, oh shit, and I like that the destroyer he did the running one, and well, props to Gable because he sold that shit like rent was due.
Oh yeah, dude. He fucking made that look like a dead, like it killed him. Like it, it was fucking amazing.
And then Penta's finisher, I forget what it's called, the Penta driver. I think that's what they
Yeah.
called it.
Yeah.
That shit looks badass too. Like I thought that looked really sick. Um, but no, it's weird because Penta is like a luchador, but not in the sense of like a typical luchador, like not like very high flying or anything like that. Like he's more like move set heavy. Does that make sense?
He's like a tank sort of
There
almost,
you
because
go.
he's like a more of a heavy set luchador compared to luchadors.
Hmm.
When you compare him to like yeah, the likes of the original, not the original Rey Mysterio. I meant like when Rey Mysterio originally came out, like in WCW, or Billy Kidman, when that's who I consider are uh lightweight luchadors or cruiserweights, you know.
Hmm.
He's more on the heavy side, like a tank or a heavyweight luchador. But yeah, no, uh I don't know. Do you think a lot of this was Chad Gable too, being just like a really good opponent
Oh,
that really
it's always going to be both wrestlers
uh-huh.
because it's like they're putting on a show, and Chad Gable was the man to go out there and help him out. Like I mean, we talk about Chad Gable all the time. Like, he's just fucking awesome. He's so
Mhm.
good at what he does, like talking, being a heel, wrestling, obviously. But man, he selling too. It's like we talked about how he sold that fucking what do they call it, the Mexico Destroyer or Mexican
Mexican
Destroyer.
Destroyer.
I was like, oh, like okay, but Chad Gable does deserve his flowers. But he made Penta look like a star out there,
Mhm.
and I don't want to say like, I mean, yes, they depend on each other, but also at the end of the match too, where he gave that promo, like you could tell it just felt like so from the heart, and he's just happy to be there. Like I was kind of like emotional a little bit when they showed his daughter, and his daughter was just like crying her eyes out and
Oh yeah,
everything.
that was sweet.
I know, fucking stupid fucking fans on Twitter like, come on, kid, like it's just Penta. It's just Penta. And everyone like replied to that was like, dude, that's his fucking daughter, you stupid fucking idiot. God.
Why would they just zoom in on someone in the crowd that's in the front row over and over and over again? You
Mhm.
know, like duh, there's got to be a connection
I know it's
to
like,
him and
man,
them.
God forbid kids like wrestling. You know, like fucking go touch grass, you stupid loser. Man, that shit upset me so much. Can you
Well,
tell?
from here, from this news article, from at Wrestle Purist, Penta's debut match and promo went way longer than he was initially planned to go, which led to time being trimmed from other segments later in the show. There were some talents obviously not thrilled about that. That said, management was happy with the debut and with Penta's reaction live. They were also happy with the early merch numbers, which is from PW Insider. What do you think about that? There's rumblings that the people in the backstage were annoyed about it going a little long.
I don't know. I mean, we were just talking about it a few minutes ago, but I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
we talked about it like at the beginning of the episode or before we started
I
recording.
think before we were talking about it before we
Okay,
started.
that who specifically
Yeah.
was complaining about it, and it's like it doesn't make sense to me too because they said, "Oh, it went over like it's allocated time, like it's like scheduled time," and they had to cut other matches. It's like, dude, Raw last week was 3.5 hours. Then this week was 2.5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
From the looks of it, if you compare those two episodes, they're able to fluctuate whatever they want.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like if you're able to fluctuate between times, it's like, yeah, you could give certain times to each match, whatever. But how is with this new era? How is that going to cut time out of certain segments? That's the thing I don't understand. If you know, if you have a segment like match one, match two, promo, so it's like in between match one, match two, you have a commercial like for like 2 minutes, whatever, and then match two, promo, and then another commercial after that. And then you can have it for like 3 minutes. I'm pretty sure you can put those commercials wherever you want and still have them run at a certain time. To where TV, like you're set on a certain schedule, like no, like we have to rush this because we only got 3 hours to record before it gets taken off of TV.
Mm-hmm.
It's like so that's why I'm confused on who's specifically complaining about it, and that's why I felt like this news was just kind of like weird. I sent it to you
No.
because everyone was talking about this.
No, like you just said, the times they fluctuated where it's like, okay, this one was 2.5 hours, the other one was 3.5 hours. Um, I don't think anything, unless it was a whole match that was added to the card, I don't think it would drastically affect other people's matches, especially an extra, oh, the promo went long 3 minutes. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
well then we have literally like an hour extra of runoff time because we're ending at 2 hours or even 30 minutes if they want to end at the 3 hour mark. So they
Mm-hmm.
have a lot of wiggle room to adjust this. It's
Mm-hmm.
unless Penta took 35 minutes on a promo or decided to have a whole nother match, like I don't see this as affecting other people's time, especially when this Raw, like you said, was 2.5 hours because it did feel shorter where I remember when it ended, I think the main event was Finn Balor and Damian Priest. It just like
Mm-hmm.
ended. It just ended with really nothing like we'll see you next time. Oh, it was just like good night everyone. And I was like, oh, that's it. Like It
Yeah,
felt shorter.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, is it shorter? And sure enough, you check, and it was 2.5 hours, like roughly
Hmm.
around 2.5 hours. I mean, they could do whatever they want with this time now. A lot of people on Twitter, I mean, the last place, you want to go for anybody's fucking opinions. Um, they could have given extra minutes to Lyra and Dakota for their match. It's like, yeah, but even if that were the case, I really don't think that was not WWE's fault. Or, I'm sorry, that's not Penta's fault, because
Hmm.
there's no allocated time. Like roughly like 15 minutes. I'm pretty sure they still give them a time, but if shit goes over, to be like, oh, whatever, it's okay, because
Yeah.
it's going to be on demand anyway for the most part. But that doesn't take away from the fact that Dakota and Lyra still had a great match. Um, I don't think it felt rushed. I don't think the main event felt rushed. And not only that, they still threw in another match with Sami Zayn and The Miz that they wrestled too, and that wasn't even announced like the week before.
Hmm.
So it's like that's why I'm kind of confused on again who's really complaining. Like you're not really saying anybody specifically.
No, it just sounds like you're making stuff up, and you just say it in generals or generalities, like,
Hmm.
oh, it's a consensus of some people that they were maybe saying some things, and it's like, okay, well, we can't fucking, oh, who's your source? Oh, well, it's a lot of people. We can't say it's just one source. And it's like, well, who is it? Like, you don't even know. Like, you're just
Oh,
speaking
you
in
you don't
general.
want to know. You don't want. It's a lot of sources. Well, who are your sources? Oh, buddy, you really want to know, right?
If only you knew,
If only
you
you
would
do. You think you
blow
know
your
me?
mind. You think you know him? But yeah, hear what you were saying. Netflix allows flexibility, and even with no hard out, WWE is still going to maintain their usual structure and timing. They aren't seeking to be 5 hours every week just because they can. Whether they are slated to run 2 hours or 4 hours on a specific week, they're still going to work towards maintaining their internal clock where they want the show to end. They aren't seeking to run an extra hour because things are running late. In reference to Penta going overtime, I mean, I don't think he went over an extra hour, but
No.
okay. They wanted to be done early enough on West Coast time to allow talents and staff schedule to take red eye flights home. The ability to do so, they wanted to be done so they didn't have overtime charges in the venue they rented, with the local staff they used, with their own crew, etc. Via PW Insider. So apparently, this is like a hot topic issue of Penta. Oh, he went over. It's just like, dude, he went over probably 2 or 3 minutes, like if the worst.
Yeah, I don't think watching that match and that promo, I didn't think it was long at all. You
No,
know,
no.
not unless someone was literally there with the timer, be like, "Oh, well, that was like 35 minutes. It should have been 22 minutes." Like, God for fucking bid. Like, I don't know. I mean, I guess I could understand with the venue because they do hire local people and stuff. Like, oh, we can only use them for so much time. Like, there's you know a bunch of stuff that could take into effect of like why the timings were off. But to specifically say it was Penta's fault, it's like, no, dude, there's other stuff that has to go behind it.
Hmm.
Like, they even said like they could fluctuate those hours, but it's like, oh, like we could do whatever hours we want, but I mean, we're not gonna do 5 hours just because it's like, oh, it's Netflix. I mean, that would be a little over the top to do 5 hours for a show.
Yeah, no, that'd be like having everyone cut a promo after a match, and then having like an extra match or two. Like they still know how to manage time. Just because one wrestler is Penta and is his debut, and he went off script and got excited and delivered that a little bit longer of a promo. He's a professional too. He knows I can't fucking sit here for an hour. People are, even if you went for an hour, people are going to be like, man, why is this guy talking for an hour? Like he
Uh-huh.
knows less is more.
Hmm. Yeah. And plus, man, what a showcase. Like he looked like a star. Like I'm still not gonna
Yeah.
get over it, man. Like the entrance, like the music's always generic. Don't get me wrong, but for Penta it works. And there was already a fuckload of people with his mask in the crowd. Did you see that?
Hmm. Yeah. I was like, man, he's already moving merch, and he didn't even debut, or everyone knew he was gonna surprise debut whenever Chad Gable was like, "Oh yeah, find me the best luchador, whoever you can find," and okay, it's gonna be Penta. But I thought it was hype. I mean, I don't want to sound mean, but it was like in AEW. I remember seeing him every now and then, and it wasn't anything. It wasn't anything special. It didn't seem special, but WWE made it special over here. It's I don't know. It's pretty amazing how they were able to build it up, and then Chad Gable making him look even more amazing than he already was.
Do you know how much one of those masks cost?
I think I have a meme of it. Let me see.
Oh shit! Okay,
Let me see. Hold on.
because I did see the price for these masks, and I saw a fuckload of those people wearing those masks. So I'm pretty sure overnight he's like an overnight millionaire already. If he wasn't, excuse me.
Where is the meme?
Because they showed. Excuse me, I had a bubble in my throat. Because they were showing a list of his.
Here, when you get paid bi-weekly, week 1 Penta Luchador replica mask, $75. Week 2 ice soup.
That's me. That's me.
That's not bad though for a replica mask of his.
Because I wonder how much a Rey Mysterio mask is, and they sell those shit like up the wazoo. Man, up the wazoo. What am I in the 50s?
Dude, up the yin yang wazoo.
Ew.
More news here. Among WWE talents spoken to, they claim they didn't hear any heat on Penta after going too long in his debut last night on WWE Raw. Most everyone were aware of what the moment meant to him and his family, and the roster was, quote, happy for him, per Fightful Select. Now, do you believe that? Happy. Quote, happy. This makes sense that everyone went with the good ride of it and was like, oh no, he was feeling the moment. He did that promo and he felt great and it was great. Everything's great. It was great. What are you talking about?
That's great. Ah!
But yeah, I don't see. It's more speaking in generalities or general when they were saying, oh, some people were upset. Well, who are these people? Well, some of them, these people were. Who are these people? They were upset.
It was them. Who's them?
They was them.
The wrestlers.
But yeah, no, I don't know. Here's a video of Michael Cole and Pat McAfee about the Destroyer. Let's take a listen here.
Over the top rope and the lands on the top of his head. Absolutely incredible. A Mexican Destroyer here in San Jose. Over the top rope.
God, dude. Chad Gable.
Absolutely incredible.
Yeah, dude. He sold that, like you said, like the rent was due, man. He fucking, I don't know. And it was just one. Like, I know they were, I don't remember who I was listening to. I think Jim Cornette, where you're saying, yeah, they would do these like back and forth to each other in AEW.
Mm-hmm. There's a match specifically. I know what he's talking about. I believe it's with Penta and Orange Cassidy, where it's like, instead of like doing the elbows and stuff, like, hey, oh. Like it led to Penta bouncing off the ropes and hitting his Destroyer, and then Orange Cassidy bounced off the ropes like he said, and then he hits a Destroyer. Where that's where I'm like, okay, that's okay. I don't know.
But this one,
it's Chad Gable. You're gonna talk bad about Chad Gable? How dare you?
If you talk bad about Chad Gable, better be because he's a heel, not because of his talent. Because he's a fucking talent.
He's a dime a dozen, man. Like he is a diamond in the rough. But overall, what did you think about Penta's debut?
It was good. Like, yeah, there was a little bit of like at the beginning, like he said, that leg drop and a few other things where it's like, oh, nitpicking. Oh, he messed up here, he messed up here a little bit, but like the debut along with Chad Gable, selling for him and putting on a good match, along with the promo afterwards, where everyone was pumped. Like the audience was just cheering like so much. It was great. It was like the perfect storm for a debut, and surprising to me that um all this for like a luchador, like I don't want to sound racist, but it's a luchador, like, but maybe it was because it was San Jose and they were all about like Mexicans and stuff.
No, I think I don't want to say because he's a luchador that's going to prevent him, because like worldwide everyone loves Rey Mysterio. That if you think of luchador, he's going to be the first one to come to mind. And I feel like Penta himself, like he's just a different type of luchador. It's kind of weird because we say luchador, but it's like I don't know if I would put him in the same category.
Well, because typically you say luchador and you think Rey Mysterio, of course, like you're saying, but then you think cruiserweight. You think small, fast, little dudes jumping around. And not that he couldn't do this. He was amazing at like the like Hurricane Ranas he would do, or the fucking leg under the head, and then like a tilt-a-whirl hurricane or something. But that's something you see cruiserweights do, and he's not a cruiserweight. He's more like heavier set,
I think too, like his presentation, just like his entrance and his aura, that's gonna elevate him well enough with the crowd, like anywhere he goes. Because like we say Rey Mysterio, it's like when he first debuted, legit just jumping out the sky, and like, oh, he's different, like with the different colored pants and the matching mask and all the cool moves that he did, and like how well he got along with the kids. I mean, everyone buys the mask because they want like that memorabilia, And I mean, shit, I wish I had a Rey Mysterio mask, man. It's like I want one of those too. And I feel like with Penta, cool. it might be the same thing with Penta. Like, give it time, time due. But right now, it's he's just beginning. I mean, he's presented like a star, and hopefully they're able to keep that momentum. Because I know like lately, with a bunch of like, Mexicano wrestlers, like they're there. They put on great matches, but they're there because you got like the LWO, you got like Los Garzas, you got Andrade. They're good, but they're not being presented to a level of like Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, they don't have that like cool merch looking uniqueness to them. I mean, Andrade has like his skull masks when he comes out, but I think it's more like scary than Penta's mask, where it's just like, oh, I'm a kid, I want that. That's fucking cool.
Shit, I'm gonna be 30. I want that.
Well, someone that was a little surprised, and I can kind of understand this too because I'm in the same boat. It was Jim Ross. Jim Ross says he was a little surprised about the buzz surrounding Penta's WWE debut. Quote, I was a little surprised. We had him there at AEW for a good while. Soft-spoken guy, no trouble. Hardly knew he was there until he got in the ring, and then he was phenomenal. But I was a little surprised at the hype. So what it tells me is that WWE and Triple H covered him in a significant way, where he's going to be in main events or semi-main events within the next year, if not sooner. But I was a little surprised. There's so many guys doing that act, that bit, that routine of the luchadors. When I hired Rey Mysterio, we didn't have anybody that even compared to Rey, but really nobody in the business did. He was special, unique. He's one of a kind. I don't know. Penta, we had a lot of that kind of style in AEW. He was one of the many that did a lot of acrobatics and flying things. He might have been the best at doing it. I'm not saying that, but he wasn't the only one doing it, so it made it less special. WWE's got a good stack of luchadors. They got several guys on the roster that have that background. Just got to be careful of how you book him. JR Grilling at JR Grilling. What do you think about JR's comments about him not realizing how big of a debut he would have?
I agree, because not saying that he's wrong or like trying to like disregard like what he's saying, but everyone does that same style. Almost everyone does that same style over in AEW. It's just like, oh, like you expect it in every match, and it wasn't like unique or anything. Where as far as like over here, like the different presentation, it's like, not saying he wasn't a big star at AEW, because he was, But the fact, like this past year or last year and the year before, or like I don't know how far back, but last year he only had like what 4 matches, and then just like not used at all for the rest of the time there. And like people will tend to like forget about it or to be like, hey, like where's Penta? We want Penta. We want Rey Fenix. And then like when you hear this news that WWE signed, we're like, oh, finally, like we're going to get some Penta. Like we want to see Penta. Like it's more of that anticipation being built from him debuting in AEW, but that's in WWE. I'm sorry, but AEW is at fault for putting them on the sideline for God knows whatever reason, just because Tony. That's probably like not Tony's favorite, like because they're not the Young Bucks, they're not the Elite.
So it actually worked in their favor that AEW had them not show up on TV because it kind of built up people wanting to see him, like because it would have worked against them if they were just on AEW all the time and then they showed up in WWE and it's just like, oh, I would watch him in AEW all the time. Who cares, if he shows up over here, So it worked for them.
Like AEW has missed the opportunity of making Pentagon masks. Like when he was there, like they missed out on millions of dollars on that opportunity, and like they were already selling it like days prior, and I'm pretty sure he's an overnight millionaire by now, and like already made the company millions of dollars. Real quick, can you look up a picture of Penta bleeding? Because there's a picture of him that he had wrestled. I forget who he wrestled in CMLL, and they were having like a mask versus mask match. And he's holding the mask, just bleeding like crazy. He looks like a Mortal Kombat character. Let me see. I know which one it is too. I don't know if it's gonna be here.
I know what you're talking about, but Penta wrestler mask versus mask.
Yeah. All the cheap masks. Let's see, real quick, go up and type in Pentagon Junior bleeding. Yeah, Pentagon Junior bleeding. And I wonder if they'll have that same mask. Oh man, they're not even showing it. But you know what picture I'm talking about though, right?
Yeah, I did see it on Twitter, on my Twitter feed.
Like legit, he looks like a Mortal Kombat villain. Like if he just went through a match.
Oh yeah, he looks good.
Yeah, but no, overall, like Penta's fucking awesome. I hope nothing but the best for him.
And here's what we were watching earlier. This is him selling the
leg. Oh, dude, I love the internet sometimes.
No, he was selling that leg pretty badass though, and like I said, he's like a more of a heavyweight luchador, so it actually kind of worked that his leg was hurting and Chad Gable actually looked smaller, so he was like the faster of the two,
Man, they're both great.
Yeah.
They're both awesome.
No, Chad Gable fucking did amazing,
He better got like some incentive for like selling for that destroyer, damn it. Like a 15,000 or some shit.
Or some sort of, they should have like, here you go, here's a Pentagon mask.
It's like, wow, thanks. He's all, I'm 30-something years old. And he puts it on.
It's just 5 sides like a pentagon from the mask.
He looks at what's it, American Made. He's like, how do I look? They're like, dude, you look so fucking cool.
And Otis is, oh yeah,
And then it's like, but since they're fucking feuding, Otis walks around the corner. He has a mask on too. Oh, Peach, my Peach.
I love Otis.
I love Otis too. I love him and Tozawa.
Speaking of, I don't know. There's really nothing to speak of. Corey Graves. Corey Graves shares his thoughts on no longer being part of main roster commentary. So Corey Graves had put out a tweet. Imagine chasing your dream, then being told, quote, in parentheses, being told, not deciding that you're no longer physically able to pursue your dream. then you dedicate your life to something dream adjacent and being pretty fucking awesome at it. And then when it's time to enjoy the fruits of your labor, being told you're not famous enough for your own job, just in case you're wondered where I've been. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think is up with Corey Graves? Is this real? Is it not? Is he upset? What's going on?
I do think he's upset. I don't know, because people are saying like, "Oh, to work like it's real life." I don't know what it is. Like my assumption is that he probably is upset because they switched up the commentary teams. I think it's Pat McAfee and Michael Cole on Monday, if I remember correctly. McAfee ain't going to be there this upcoming Monday, so I thought they were going to put Corey Graves back on, but they put Wade Barrett instead. And nothing against Wade Barrett. I do think Wade Barrett's great. But to be on the main roster and like to go back to NXT, like I don't want to say it's like a demotion or anything, but I feel like he's seeing it as a demotion. And I don't think it is. It's not.
No.
Because I mean NXT right now it's on television, it's on live TV. So I mean you can outshine Booker T, but when they were showing is it Vic Joseph on NXT? I forgot. I think it's Vic Joseph, Booker T, and now Corey Grace. But they were showing them like all three at the table. And Corey Grace just looks so annoyed to be there. Like he just looks so upset. But I don't know. Do you think he's being a little overdramatic, or do you think he's in the right for being upset? Like he has every right to be upset.
I mean, I don't know all the situation. Of course, we don't. But I feel like he's being overdramatic, and like you said, and that sounds right. Being part of SmackDown or Raw and then being moved to NXT, they might consider it a demotion, but NXT is just as hot as the other programs, and it's on TV, it's on CW. It's not like it's TNA where it's nowhere it can be found. It gets just as much fucking publicity as the other ones, the other shows, so I don't know. Maybe he, like you said, he thought it was a demotion, but it's not. It's NXT. Like I'm starting to like watch NXT now. I wouldn't watch it before. Watch it now, and it's just as good, if not more fun than the other ones, because it feels so much like I don't know, looser. Like I don't know. There's you could tell they're hungrier in NXT, that they want to fucking. I mean, there's a polarizing because there's some that are still learning and they don't know what they're doing, but then there's the hungrier ones that want to like put their all out on every fucking match, and you could see it there.
Yeah. People are actually working to make a name for themselves, and it's like you said, they're more hungrier. It's a different vibe over there. I think I can see both ways to where he has every right to be upset, but I mean, to vocalize it, to putting your job at jeopardy, like I don't think that's worth it. Especially like if you work for a big company like that, it's like, yeah, you're good at your job, but like, maybe just keep doing it. And eventually, like they'll call you up, because I'm pretty sure for a fact you're going to leave Booker T down there in NXT. Well, I don't say down there because that sounds terrible, but they're going to leave Booker T in NXT. Because he has like that weird goofiness to him. For some reason, it works like in a very chaotic, neutral way.
I don't know. It just makes him sound so entitled when he's like, "Oh, I deserve to be, in the higher up shows instead of NXT," and for him to like make it vocal like that when it's like, dude, we're doing great. We're fucking. I don't know, unless he like lost money, like they were cutting his pay, then maybe I could see why he'd be pissed. But of course, we don't know that, But if they were cutting his pay, yeah, I'd be vocal about it. No, I'm doing great here in SmackDown. I don't know why they want to move me to NXT if they're gonna cut like $20,000 a year from my check or something. I'd be like, okay, but if he's keeping the same money, I don't see why he's got to be like a asshole about it and voice it on Twitter too. Like why don't you talk? Like that's not going to make things better. Where Triple H is going to see it on Twitter after it gets all these retweets and be like, oh, you know what? He's right. Maybe I should talk to him. Like, no, it's just going to make things worse, you know?
And I can't imagine too, like the people who are already there at NXT, like how shitty they must feel to have Corey Graves show up and just like kind of like belittle everybody in NXT for
Mm-hmm.
like his tweets. Kind of like from the way he's explaining it, I feel like that kind of like belittles NXT in general
It
as a
does.
whole, like not only to the commentary team, but to like the producers, to the other wrestlers, the camera people, everyone who works backstage. Like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
like I'm bigger than this and everything. It's like, man, dude, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that would love to be on NXT. Like,
Yeah.
or like to be any given chance to be on TV and just really be like, oh, like fuck this place ain't worth the shit. Not saying that's exactly what he's saying, but like how you said too, and I agree. Like if money is being tampered with, or like his salary is being tampered with because like he's taking a pay deduction for going to NXT, then yeah, he has every right to be upset. Because I'll be upset too. They were taking money away from me.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, but it's just not. It's just not a good life for him right now.
No, and the way he's handling it too, it doesn't make it. And like you just said, it does belittle NXT if he's saying, you know, I deserve to be on maybe I don't know if it's not his words, but on the bigger show or
Mm-hmm.
the other show. I don't need to be brought down to developmental. You know what I mean? Like on commentary.
So let me ask you this: do you think WWE was right for putting Wade Barrett on this episode of Raw coming up instead of Corey Graves to show him something? Like, what's your
I
opinion
don't.
on that?
I've never really been a fan of Corey Graves. I always thought he was a like a alternative CM Punk, you know, like they're trying like he's trying to be CM Punk, but he wasn't whenever there was no CM Punk in the
Mm-hmm.
wrestling. But I don't know enough about Corey Graves wrestling or really listen to the commentary to give my opinion on if he's worth it or not, you know.
Mm-hmm. I do like Corey Graves. I think he's a great commentator.
Hmm.
Um, but to put yourself on such a high pedestal where it's like, oh, like I'm fucking great at my job. It's like, yeah, you're good, but I mean, there's other commentators who I think are better than you,
Hmm.
and not to say like in a negative light, but if you're going to be like comparing yourself like apples to oranges, like you're a banana.
You're a banana, get the fuck out of here.
Get the. It's like you know what they say about bananas? I fucking hate bananas.
Why don't you make like a banana and split, you fucking piece of shit?
Like, yeah, make like a tree and leaf.
Make like a tree. Get the hell out of my sight.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here. It shows here from PW Insider, Corey Graves will not be appearing on tonight's edition of NXT. Graves was spotted this afternoon at the Orlando airport going through TSA to leave the city. There had been word within WWE for the last week that Graves wasn't happy with being bumped off Raw and SmackDown for the NXT assignment. So
Was
he ended
Corey
up.
Graves on NXT this week?
I don't remember seeing him or hearing him. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure he
okay,
wasn't.
okay. Maybe they just sent him home for being dumb online. I don't
Yeah, like
know.
cool. I'd send him home to cool off if I did want to keep him, or like,
Mhm.
nah, we're not dealing with this. Like, we have enough drama, you know, with the dirt sheets, and you're just feeding them fucking fuel, you know.
Yeah, hopefully it's just like, hey, like go home, cool off. Like we'll talk about it next week, or like take a couple weeks off and then come back, and then we'll talk about it. Like go spend time
Yeah.
with family, because that's what usually like what's good is family time. Well, sometimes, but hopefully, I mean, I just hope he doesn't get let go because of this, man. Like I do like Corey Graves, but just to like voice your frustration to like such an unprofessional manner, like that's not good. It's not.
Yeah, but would he like for him to say this as if he'd be missed? Like, would people really miss Corey Graves? Like, and I'm saying that to you as you're a fan of him. Would you miss if he wasn't commentating? Like, is he that good or that part of the company that we would miss if he didn't ever like show up again?
I mean, they got a lot of commentators that can do it. They really
Exactly.
do. It's like, I mean, like how they switch everybody around all the time. It's, Michael Cole, Pat McAfee. I'm not like I used to like Pat McAfee, but he's kind of like goofy to where I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. Like, just put him to the side for me. But then they got that other guy. What's his name? Joe Versatelli.
Testera,
Tes-
Terisata,
yeah, something like that. But I'm
Tesseract.
test reactor. Um, they got him. They got Wade Barrett. I mean, Vic Joseph. They got um Booker T. Like, that's a wide variety of different type of commentators. Like,
Mhm.
and it's been like that forever. Like, there's always been different commentators. It's like you have Paul Heyman, Jim Ross, Gorilla Monsoon, Jerry the King Lawler, like everybody. Like they could do it. Not saying it's an easy job, but
No.
there you got that variety of people to choose from, and it would suck if he was let go. I hope that doesn't happen, but I feel like he is going to be like replaceable, and I hope it doesn't come to that just because you're being unprofessional about the situation.
No, absolutely. Like, but for him to think that he's not replaceable is like, you're not that high and mighty, man. Like,
Yeah, man, it's not worth it to put your job at risk like that.
yeah, I don't think so. No. Um, Speaking of, no, I don't know. It's still going to WWE and TNA. WWE and TNA Wrestling announced a multi-year partnership aimed at creating unprecedented crossover opportunities within WWE and TNA programming for NXT stars and TNA wrestling stars. And TNA shared it too. Breaking WWE and TNA announced a multi-year partnership aimed at creating unprecedented crossover opportunities within WWE and TNA programming for NXT superstars and TNA wrestling stars. What do you think about this crossover of WWE and TNA? Which, I mean, it's been going on. So
It has been going on, correct? Well, I guess it was
Mhm.
mainly between NXT and TNA. I mean, I also consider them under WWE, which is
Mhm.
like I'm kind of confused. I mean, because it's a multi-year partnership. I guess that's why it was like such a bigger thing, correct?
Yeah, I guess it was before it was, at a need by time basis. Like, oh yeah, we'll bring Joe Henry. Oh, we'll bring um, Mickey James.
Mhm.
Just for this, just for that NXT. But yeah, like you said, I didn't realize. Oh yeah, it's WWE. It's not just NXT. It's like the whole umbrella underneath the whole umbrella of WWE.
I clicked on the link. It took me to WWE.com for the news that they just announced. It
Mhm.
says WWE, part of TKO Group Holdings and TNA Wrestling, one of the world's top wrestling brands and a subsidiary of Anthem Sports and Entertainment, today announced a multi-year partnership aimed at creating unprecedented crossover opportunities with the WWE and TNA programming for NXT superstars and TNA wrestling stars. The agreement will enable talent to garner additional exposure across key WWE and TNA programming, including weekly flagship shows such as NXT, which airs live on the CW, and TNA Impact, select WWE premium live events and TNA pay-per-views, in turn bolstering their in-ring development with exposure to world-class talent and coaching. I mean, that sounds pretty sick. That sounds
Yeah.
that sounds pretty badass. I know, if I remember correctly, I think it's today that TNA is having a pay-per-view, and they said that some people from NXT are going to be there at said pay-per-view.
Mhm.
And now I'm kind of upset because I think it's this week. Yes, this week, TNA and WWE, they're both going to be here in San Antonio. And I just don't know if I'm going because I got work. Hopefully they're
Mm.
listening. Give me the day off. Yes, so on TNA's Twitter account, tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, TNA Wrestling presents TNA Genesis live on
Ooh,
pay-per-view from the Curtis Culwell Center in Dallas, Texas.
damn.
Wow, that's cool. It looks like a pretty sick card for what they're showing. And yeah,
Mhm.
so they have the picture. It's like TNA Genesis, and it's NXT right underneath.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so hopefully, I mean, do you think this will be good for the business?
I think so. I mean, AEW would do it with New Japan, right? And all these other they're still kind of doing it where they have Mercedes Moné winning multiple titles from multiple places. So I mean, I think this works for WWE and TNA because TNA can show over their stars over there, and WWE can get the Hardys whenever they want to. I'm sure
Oh, dude,
they're itching
yeah.
to get the Hardys.
I know, dude. It's like I love the Hardys no matter what, dude. You can't make me hate Jeff Hardy. I just want Jeff Hardy to be, sober or clean.
They no, I feel like they're gonna use the shit out of the Hardys WWE now that they have like access to them and put them in the Hall of Fame and all that because I mean they deserve it. They deserve to be
Yeah.
up there. So we'll see.
Is there anything you want to see from like such crossover? I kind of want to see AJ Styles go back for a TNA match. That's what I would want to see.
That'd be cool. I want to see like Kurt Angle like show up and do something because he was such a part of both of them, right?
Yeah.
So that'd be cool. I mean, not do a match, but if not like commentating and then something. I mean,
I don't know if it's his tenure or like his accomplishments, but one of those, either he had a longer tenure or more accomplishments in TNA than he did in WWE. Kurt Angle.
I think he was longer over there because I think he was only with WWE for I don't know 4 or 5 years, and then TNA he was there for like 10 years or something.
That's crazy to think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's crazy.
That's like the same way it could go for AJ Styles because AJ Styles has been in WWE longer than he has been in TNA. That still blows my mind.
No, it'd be cool to have them like just do something there, like because they're such legends in both companies.
Like my thing, I bet you anything is that Joe Hendry is going to appear at the Royal Rumble.
I'd be fine with that.
I'd be okay with that.
I see a lot of people like hating on Joe Hendry now that he's overstayed his welcome, and I'm like,
oh man,
I don't think that. I think he's still popular and hot, and I'd root for him, if he showed up. At least,
oh yeah,
I know he's not gonna win. I don't think he should win either, but just for funds,
Like I remember Joe Hendry appearing in NXT, and man, that crowd was shaking the camera from when he appeared. Like that shit was so funny, man, and like he's still hilarious. He's still great. When I saw him at Victory Road last year, man, people were still so fucking hot for him. Like it was. Maybe it's just a meme. I don't know. I really don't think he's overstayed his welcome. But
no,
yeah, it's like I do want to see like Josh Alexander appear on WWE or like some of the WWE guys go over there. I kind of want to see Otis on TNA just doing the worm and everything, man. I love Otis.
Otis is great. No, have him do that instead of those shave your balls ads, have him fucking actually wrestle.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, man. I see him do that, and I'm just there thinking to myself, I really need a new razor.
I really need to shave my balls.
I really need to learn Chinese.
I need to learn Mexican. What do we have here? Here's about AEW. This is via Lucha Libre Online. I guess that's what that is, right? Lucha Libre Online, yes. Lucha Libre Online reports that there are several AEW talent who do not feel comfortable with their role in the company. Quote, those talents did not consider nor dare to explore WWE as a real alternative due to the feeling of uncertainty of getting lost in the monster system that is WWE. Others because they did not have the TV time and prominence in the roster that they would have wanted within their past stay in WWE. However, after seeing Penta's debut in WWE, that feeling of certainty is gone. Those talent understand that having the AEW brand on their resume becomes a strength and negotiation chip that they can use to their advantage. With two of said talent confirming that they would explore free agency in 2025, specifically with WWE. Talent now feel more secure and confident in achieving its success in WWE due to Triple H taking over, the change in culture, and the range of opportunities presented to talent who left AEW for WWE. Okay. What do you think about this? About AEW talent feeling more comfortable about leaving AEW for WWE?
This makes me think of what we were just talking about earlier. So who feels uncomfortable? Oh man, you would want to know, right? You would want to know.
I know you are, but what am I? I know that doesn't make sense here.
It's like you go that way, I'll go home. I mean, but I could understand their fear, or not fear, their understandings of wanting to go to WWE, because it's like Penta was made to look like a fucking star, man. And like I feel like it did achieve a lot, like this past Monday. I'm trying to think of who else recently from AEW. I mean, well, Cody Rhodes, obviously, he's the fucking champion. I do know there's word about Malachi Black probably coming back.
But he's got already like a lot of friends in WWE, so that would like make sense for him to go back there. Unlike Penta, that it was kind of a huge risk because you don't know if, not a huge risk, but a risk because he didn't know if the fans would accept him or boo him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and plus his wife's there, Zelina Vega. Like, I mean, that's another.
Is that his wife?
Yeah, they're married. Him and
Really?
him and Zelina Vega. Yeah.
Huh. Oh, okay. Well, that's cool.
Yeah. I remember like they've been married for a few years already, but I remember I was browsing Twitter and it says Zelina Vega and Aleister Black get married. I was like, what the fuck? Like they were dating? Like that's cool. But I can understand because Malachi Black is a very like he keeps a lot of things to himself, which is like a mysterious factor to it. But in the end, I feel like that's also good because you never hear a lot of bad things about Malachi Black in general, especially like when he got let go from WWE. He didn't talk bad about the company. He was like, "Oh, I'm grateful for the opportunity they gave me." He's like, "They made me NXT champion." He's like, "I met my wife there. Like, you know, like why am I going to talk bad about the company that helped me find the love of my life?" And I'm just like, "Aw,
oh, you piece of shit."
oh, you bastard."
No, I could see some talent, you know, like Daniel Garcia, because he's over in AEW, but would it translate well to WWE or even MJF? Like I know for a while he was the hottest thing for like white hot, and now he's just kind of like
There.
Yeah, he's doing that Jeff Jarrett program. He's kind of overstaying his welcome, but it's like that too. Would that translate well over there, or do they have to be like super over, super hot in AEW to even get a chance to not get lost in the mix in WWE?
You know who succeed well in NXT? I believe Ricky Starks.
No, I love Ricky Starks. I
Me
would
too.
want him to succeed. I don't know if he would. I would hope so. You know, Ethan Page is a good example of someone that I didn't really care about in AEW, and he's doing pretty well now in NXT.
He's doing super well in NXT.
Yeah.
He kind of has a killer entrance theme song. It's kind of good.
He's kind of cool. He reminds me of like a smart, calculated villain. You know, like when he wears the suit and glasses and shit, and then he goes out there and wrestles all fucking rowdy. You know,
he kind of reminds me of Malfoy a little bit, where it's like, you know, Rich is just kind of an asshole, kind of like pussy-ish, but like not in a, like, you know, the character way. Not saying he's like that. I'm pretty sure he's a great guy in real life.
Yeah.
But like his character wise, it's just like, man, I want to fucking hate him because I hate Malfoy. You know.
He reminds me of from Sin City, Elijah Wood's character of that little mute guy who like had fingernails as claws. You don't remember?
I don't remember, man.
I'm being super fucking deep cut here now. Do you remember Sin City?
No, I remember Sin City, but I was too young to like recall it.
Yeah, no.
Because the only thing I remember about Sin City is that what's his fucking name's in the movie? The main guy.
Mickey Rourke.
Mickey Rourke. Oh man, he looks disgusting.
Yeah, he's got a fucked up face in that movie.
Oh no, I'm talking about in real life. Like,
oh
he's
yeah,
got
he's got a
fucked
fucked up
in real
face.
life.
Yeah. Well, he was the wrestler in the movie The Wrestler.
Never
So that makes
yeah,
sense.
I know.
There we
Yeah.
go. That ties
Wait a
back into wrestling. But speaking of AEW talent, right?
Yeah.
Wanting to talk about the background and stuff like that. Action Bronson, who was at AEW, he did the song for Hook, and he was part of a program with Hook. Action Bronson, quote, I never got called back by AEW. Quote, backstage is weird over there.
Did you see the clip?
No, I didn't.
He's talking to Ariel Helwani.
Yeah.
He's like, it's weird over there, man. I'm not feeling it. He's like, what's so weird about it? He's all, nah, they never called me back. There was a program there. We could have executed on that program. Like, pretty much saying, like, oh, like, we could have worked with something. But it's like, dude, you were just, I think it was just like a one and done.
Yeah. It was a one and done.
But he's like, everyone's so weird over there, man. He's like, everyone got clicks, man. Like, it just felt weird. It was just really weird. And I'm like, man, dude, clicks? I was like, what's this, fucking high school?
It is high school.
Wait a minute. But to be honest, I forgot Action Bronson was there for a little bit. I like Action Bronson.
No, I like Action Bronson too. I forgot too that he did that. I knew he did the song for fucking Hook, but I forgot he showed up and did like a mixed tags type of match. That's cool. It's funny that he's there one show and he's like, yeah, it's weird there. Like he already formed an opinion, about the locker room.
Like everyone else is talking like so. Well, I don't even know they said nice things about it, but they're just like, oh, it's weird. Yeah, it's just weird.
I agree with him, even though I don't think he knows what he's talking about. I agree with him that it is weird there.
I don't know, man. I like Action Bronson. I like Bam Baklava.
Yeah, no, I like fuck that's delicious or whatever his show is.
Oh, dude, I love Fuck That's Delicious, man.
Yeah, it's
like
great.
He is so educated in cooking. It blows my fucking mind. He's all I do is eat oysters. I speak 6 languages and 3 voices.
Why did that rhyme? Oh wait, he's a rapper. No,
I was like, what? No.
He said that in a rhyme. Yeah,
yeah, amazing. That's acting crazy. Why you think I'm out here acting crazy, Ma? You know I'm still your little baby. Yeah, man, that album was pretty good, man. I gotta put that song on my playlist now.
I remember buying some cassettes of his that were limited edition. I have like 5 or 6 of them there. Like, I don't remember the album name, Crocodile something. And
like recently?
Yeah, a recent album. It's called like Crocodile something. But I bought some limited edition cassettes, and I have like 6 or 7 of them there, and they're out of 400. So I have like 6 cassettes of those. I'm just waiting for the value of them to go.
Like stocks.
Yeah.
Crocodile Turbo.
Yeah, there you go. I bought some limited edition cassettes.
Dude, did he really make all these albums? Holy fucking shit. Chill. I was like, chill out, man. I didn't even, because the one I was talking about is Sincerely Mr. Wonderful. That was the album I really liked. It's like the cartoon one, him doing the splits. I don't know if you know which one I'm talking about.
No, I don't.
I'll just show you the
Mr. Wonderful.
Yeah, Sincerely Mr. Wonderful. Yeah, I remember listening to this album.
That's funny.
Yeah, I remember listening to this album. I mean, it was okay. There was just only a few songs I really liked off of the album. $30 for the album, that's kind of a lot.
I wonder if it's it's the vinyl.
Oh, man, vinyls are expensive, man.
Yeah, dude, vinyls are expensive. Yeah.
I know, man. It's like the cheapest I found one was probably like $25. Now as you look through the dollar bin box or like the bargain bin, because sometimes they got good stuff in the bargain bin.
Yeah, those cassettes that I bought of his, they were on sale. Like, and then I got like another 40% off, so I got them for like $7 a cassette when they're really like $35 a cassette.
Damn, that's a good deal. Good deal.
Yeah, I did that with a lot of Billie Eilish cassettes too, and Britney Spears, and just slowly sold them for like, I got them for like $3 or $4 and sold them for like 12 or 15.
Billie Eilish, her first album.
No, it was, what is
Is
it
it the one
called?
like she's on the bed like this, like smiling, like just
No,
black?
that
Oh
one's
no.
expensive. It was
Oh
one
yeah.
where it's like brown. Uh,
Oh, okay. Like her beginning stuff, right?
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Whoa, next, speaking of AEW still, AEW Grand Slam Australia is confirmed to be a TV special rather than a pay-per-view. The show will air on TNT and stream for free on Max at 8 p.m. Eastern, replacing this week's Collision on Saturday, February 15th. Since the show is taking place in Brisbane at 5:30 p.m. AEST that day, it would be 2:30 a.m. Eastern time, meaning the show will air on tape delay. What do you think about this mess?
It's a fucking mess, dude. Because do you remember they announced it as like a pay per view? Did you
I
remember
remember
that?
Grand Slam sounding way more, not a TV special, like it sounded way more special than that, you know?
Yeah, because usually Grand Slam it is a TV special. They usually put it, I think, toward the end of the year. Is when they usually do Grand Slams, and they usually have big matches on there, and it's pretty good for the most part. But it was announced like such a big thing. It's baffling at how bad like this is falling out to be. Because so right here,
I'm shaking my head no for all those
audio
audio
listeners, like again, to reiterate on what you just said, this is AEW books a 30,000 seater in Australia. It's supposed to be the first Max exclusive show. They don't sell enough tickets, so they move to a smaller venue, which hence it means that people paid stadium seat prices
man. Oh my
to go
god.
to a regular arena, or maybe not even an arena, maybe like a center or like a small venue. AEW promotes it getting aired at 8 p.m. Eastern on TNT instead of being a Max exclusive. So they're still going to show this on regular TV, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to go see it on regular TV.
Mm-hmm.
The promoted time isn't possible due to it being NBA All-Star Weekend, because NBA All-Star Weekend exclusively airs on TNT every year.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to air after NBA All-Star Weekend that Saturday, so which means here in the US it's going to be airing after midnight.
That's a mess.
Let me see. I'm trying to see what else it's saying here, because there was a lot of people that were talking about how bad it is. Booked a stadium, but had downsides to. No, they're going to an entertainment center. Australian fans bought tickets expecting a stadium pay per view, only ended up what might be a TV taping. The show is confirmed to air on tape delay 18 hours after it happens, even though streaming is an option. AEW is advertising that the show will air on TNT, but that won't happen because NBA All-Star Saturday is already scheduled for the exact same day and time. And it doesn't seem like AEW is aware of this. Oh my god. That's terrible. I feel so bad for the fans that shit, I'll be fucking mad if they move venues and I was to pay stadium prices.
Yeah, dude, that'd be fucked up. I'd get that refund shit like immediately. I'd be like, fuck that. It's not worth it.
Supposedly what you're saying too, it's difficult to book a show in Australia because I mean it's off by itself,
Mm-hmm.
like it's off by itself. So it's like if you have people from other countries that want to go see it, they gotta take their air flight into consideration. They gotta do like hotels, and supposedly the area that they're in right now, or where the show's gonna take place, like it's not very like wrestling heavy there.
Mm-hmm.
Like like where's it gonna be held at? Like does it say on this flyer right
Brisbane?
here?
Did it say Brisbane? Taking place in Brisbane?
In Brisbane. So supposedly Brisbane ain't really that big of a wrestling town or city, but it's like they have like Perth, they have like Sydney, but they couldn't book those over there. So I don't know where the original stadium was supposed to be at, but then since they moved to a smaller venue, which I don't know how many what's the venue at? I want to look this up. Does it say there on that flyer?
Saturday, February 15th, Grand Slam show, blah, blah, blah. Brisbane. No, it doesn't say on here.
Oh, let me see if I can find it real quick. But what's your opinion about all this while I try to look this up?
I mean, yeah, it sounds like technically a mess because they are promising, like you said, oh, it's going to air on TNT at this time and this and that, but then with the NBA and stuff like that, they got conflicts with, so it's like they're going to air it at that time but on a different day so that they keep a promise. And then the fact that like the stadium and all that is being kind of moved around too, it's all shitty for the fan. I feel bad for the like really dedicated fans that really like AEW because they're the ones that are being like, this is the kind of shit that like, what? Why are you changing this? You know, if you're a dedicated fan, where us, like the more casual fans, are like, yeah, I'll just watch it whenever y'all put it up, you know. But I feel bad for those people who really want to see it, who are really starving for AEW, you know.
Oh,
Get this
dude,
shit.
this is too much. It's so upsetting because it's like we talk about as much shit as we talk about AEW on this podcast. In the end, we do want them to succeed, but they're shooting
Yeah.
themselves in their own foot. So they're supposed to have it at Suncorp Stadium, which originally holds about 50,000, like, you know, the venue itself.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't do that. So according to this, they're moving to the Brisbane Entertainment Center. So let me see. Let me look this up real quick.
Mm-hmm. Brisbane.
Entertainment Center capacity. Yep. So it was 50,000 at that Suncorp Stadium. They're moving to Brisbane Entertainment Center. 13,500
Oh
people.
my god.
So over 30,000 less.
Jesus Christ.
Man. And like a lot of people, because at first it took me to Reddit to talk about like the venue change because someone took a screenshot of the notification they got from, I guess, where they bought their tickets and saying instead of Suncorp Stadium, it's moving to the Brisbane Entertainment Center.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people in the chat or like in the comment section were saying everyone knew it when they announced this was going to be at the stadium. Like it was a bad idea. They're like, there's no way they're going to do that much over here in Australia. Like even the fans knew about it, but then that's bad, man. That's terrible.
That's really bad. That is really bad.
Oh man, I hope it's successful. Like that's all I hope.
I hope the fans get their money's worth. I'll say that. Yeah, like because it really boils down to me just hoping the fans get some entertainment out of it and aren't there just booing and like this is boring. Don't fight forever or whatever the fuck they
This
say.
is stupid. God, man, I don't know, man. It's I feel like I just saw something sad on TV.
It makes me feel bad. Like I'm like, man, let's get to a better story because this is just disappointing and sad. It's not even like
Please.
a death. It's just like disappointing and sad, you know.
Have you ever seen How I Met Your Mother?
I know of it, and I know like the premise, and I've seen
Okay.
maybe a few things, but not. I've never really seen it.
So I tell this to my wife because I always make this reference to like daily life. There is an episode where Barney or Neil Patrick Harris's character, because he's supposed to be like a bachelor, playboy, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
like sleeps with a lot of women, and he's dating Katy Perry in one of the episodes, and Katy Perry plays like this, like an idiot on the show. Like she talks about like what she does, and everyone's like, "Oh, honey," like oh, don't do that, you know. So they don't know what her real name is. They call her Honey because they're like, "Oh, honey," because she just makes so stupid decisions. That's how I feel like in this. I'm just like, "Oh, honey," like this is the honey to me. Oh man, it's bad. It's bad.
Well, there's your one How I Met Your Mother reference for the show.
That's it.
It only took 60 episodes for you to finally get that in there.
Done and done.
Speaking of better stuff, though, we do have now in WWE, Chelsea Green states that Triple H makes women feel equal to men. Quote, in this new era, I know that I come to work. I love my job. I feel safe. I feel supported. Triple H makes women specifically feel absolutely equal to men. We're out there main eventing WrestleManias now, something that's unfortunately the previous era didn't get to experience, but they set the table for us, and now we're sitting at it. We're enjoying these amazing meals, and I couldn't be happier. Via at Sports Agent Pod. What do you think about Chelsea Green's comment about Triple H making everything feeling equal?
I bet you anything there's somebody in the comments section saying like, "Oh, well, they could make the matches longer."
It's Triple H. That's funny. Sasha, Bianca, and Becky, Charlotte, Ronda happened under Vince. I believe it. I see no real difference between the men and women's division anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't know. Like, I do feel I don't know if it's him mostly or the fact that like he has his wife Stephanie and then they have daughters. So I imagine he wants to be a good influence on that shit, you know? But yeah, he understands that women can get even more or just as talented, you know? I mean,
Yeah.
there's sometimes where like Jade Cargill, they need a little bit more work because they're just like big and strong and they're kind of chaotic, but I don't know. It seems that for both genders, he's been pretty equal. I haven't seen anything really. I mean, even those memes about him being racist, I don't really see at all either. You know?
I really don't see it. I think people are just saying it to be, because it's a meme.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, but no, it's I love watching the women wrestle. Like they kick ass, We always talk about like how hot they are because I mean obviously they are. But it's like they put on great matches. You know what I remembered the other day because they announced her coming back, Charlotte Flair is returning soon.
I forgot to write that down that she had like a quick promo or like a vignette and it's showing her like working out, and I was like, man, like I was telling my niece, I was like, yeah, that's Charlotte Flair. She's to me one of the best wrestlers, and she hasn't even been on in like what half a year or a year.
It's been a long time. It's been
a long time, and she's still like to me the best female wrestler, and she hasn't wrestled in so long, you know.
I think they announced her as a 14-time champion. Is that correct? Is that what they said in the vignette?
I think so. Yeah,
that's she's wild.
She's badass. I think I still think she's the best female wrestler like of all time. If I had to say like from everything.
But I was thinking of WrestleMania 39 because they showed the vignette. Her versus Rhea Ripley. Like that match went on for like 20 something minutes, I think. But if you go back and watch that match, you realize, man, dude, like this match fucking kicks ass. This is so good. It's really, really good. But I hope there's like a program in the future where it's going to be big enough for them to main event again, like the women to main event again. Because obviously they've been like, like second on the show, whatever. And that's, and they've been given like a lot of time, which is perfectly fine. But hopefully they can have that main event spot again on WrestleMania. I don't want to say it just because like, it needs to happen again. It's like, I want it to happen again if the story's there, like just don't do it just because you can.
Well, that's why I wouldn't mind the 2 nights at certain pay-per-views and then having the women main event one night and then the men main event the other, like War Games. And I know we were talking about it like for the sake of having 2 of these, I don't think there should be 2 nights. It's a little too much, but I think if you had each night be 2.5, 3 hours, and you had the women's event be the main event of the first night, and then the men's be the main event of the second night, or vice versa, whatever, I think you could do it for the Royal Rumble. You could do it for Survivor Series. You could do it for WrestleMania because there's 2 nights. So yeah, like that's where I wouldn't mind there being 2 nights if people are gonna like they should main event women instead of having to decide. Even though people will still say, well, night 1 is the true main event or night 2 is the true. You know what I mean? Like kind of like with the Cody Rhodes WrestleMania thing. Oh, the true main event was night 2, and it's like, yeah, okay, we get it, but that's where I wouldn't mind 2 nights on pay-per-views.
Yeah, because they did that a while ago when they were just coming back from COVID for having crowds in the arenas again. I think that was WrestleMania 37. Yeah, 37 because 36 was canceled. 37 they had it in the stadium. And then night 1, the main event was Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair, which again, that match fucking kicked ass. And then the main event for night 2 was Daniel Bryan versus Roman Reigns versus Edge in a triple threat match.
I remember that one.
Yeah, that shit kicked ass. That was a really good main event. But even then, it's like I don't care like that conversation of what's the true main event, whatever, blah blah blah, because it's like, bro, they were both main events of their respected nights.
Yeah.
Like technically it was still WrestleMania. Like WrestleMania's in the fucking name. But just make it. I want it to where like the story makes sense and to where there's enough build for me to be like, dude, like this match is gonna kick ass. Like I want it to be the main event.
No, that's what it really needs is the story to be built right and not just last minute booking of shit.
Yeah.
Last to hear on the news, Hulk Hogan has indicated that he will be involved with Donald Trump's presidential inauguration. Quote, well, there's a little birdie that says I might just be there pulling a few shenanigans, brother. I've got my Trump pump back on, and I'm going to be riding dirty all the way to that inauguration. I cannot wait for him to be sworn in, brother. It's a new day. It's a new country, and we're going to make America great again because we've got a real American president, brother. Hulk Hogan via Fox News. What do you think about Hulk Hogan via Trump's inauguration?
I hate the fact he said Trump pump, man. That makes me think of a sex toy. I can't open my eyes, man. I'm cringing so much.
It's Trump, man. I wonder if they're gonna boo him there just because of the meme. Or,
dude, they're not gonna boo him. They are not gonna boo him.
No, not there. They're gonna cheer him. Yeah.
Golly, man, it's just the fact he's still doing this shtick from the '80s in 2025. I don't know, man. It's like I just don't give a fuck about Hulk Hogan, man. I really don't.
Yeah, I just wonder how Saturday night's main event, because is that this coming week?
Yeah, that's this Saturday. This upcoming Saturday, as we're recording on the 19th. It's gonna be on the 25th.
Do you think he's gonna get booed or not at Saturday night's main event?
We'll see what happens, man. I think he's gonna get booed.
I think he's gonna get booed. I think so. We'll put a bet on it.
Yeah, what's the odds on that? You got your parlays going on?
I've got 1.8% saying he's gonna be booed at one point.
I think the odds are like plus 113. So you put 10, you get 13 back.
He's fat.
Oh man, he's fat. 9 days out of the week, he's fat.
I think he's gonna get booed at Saturday night's main event.
I fucking hope so. I really hope so.
If I don't know, and then it's gonna be here in San Antonio, so that's gonna be interesting if the San Antonio people boo him. But if he gets booed, they gotta know, like, oh man, we can't fucking work you with this.
Don't be, man. It's just like, man, brother. Like they're really booing the shit out of you, brother. Like
they must not like American beer. It's like, no,
it's like, oh, they're Mexicans, brother. They like tequila, brother.
That's why they like The Rock.
Do you think that San Antonio's mainly like Democratic though? It's always been mainly Democratic, right?
Yeah, it's been pretty blue. I think so. I think we're swaying more. Texas is more blue now. Especially Austin too. San Antonio and Austin more blue.
Because every time they show like the demographic of like who voted for what, It's like all of Texas is red, like for Republican, and like the main cities are always blue. It's like Houston, Dallas, Austin, and San Antonio.
Yeah. No, I think it's more blue, more Democrat, and I just think they're just gonna. I think they're gonna boo him just because he got booed the shit out of at the Raw at the first Raw. So yeah, I think they're gonna boo him, and it's gonna be a train wreck. I'm gonna be like,
Yeah,
fuck,
I
we knew
hope
this was gonna
so.
happen.
I'm hoping so, dude. Because if I was there, I'd boo the shit out of him.
Oh yeah, then everyone's gonna boo the shit out of him for sure.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's not you. I think I could just do you. No wait, I'm doing this wrong.
Okay, nah, that's all good if you can't. I'll be like, I'm gonna be so nervous when it's just me.
Oh, there we go.
Just
I don't know how to do it. That's weird.
well, for audio listeners, I got eggs out into the.
Oh look, there we go. That's harder to do. That's really hard to do. Okay, no wonder why I don't do it.
Oh man, I got eggs out for a little bit, man. It was kind of scary.
Well, for everyone, that was all the news. We could go into botches and funny stuff. Let's see here.
See what we got here, man.
Let's see what I got. Let's see. Okay. Oh, let me pause that. Do I have that right? Here we go.
I'm putting a Kirby right here. His little toe.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, what the fuck? Dude, I got the wrong one. There we go. Oh, here's Tony Khan watching Penta on Raw.
WWE Hall of Famer Hulk Hogan joins us now after he chugs the beer.
Oh, why is there no volume? Oh,
No, I hear it.
oh do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
How you doing, Hulk?
Man, I cannot believe.
WWE.
Oh man, that's cringy, dude. What a fucking loser.
Doing, Hulk?
Man, I cannot believe.
Oh man,
I
Trump.
cannot
Man.
believe.
No, I can't hear it for some reason. Hold on.
Okay, now you're good. Having a little technical difficulties. Hang in there, kitty. Oh, hang in there, baby. It's Monday.
Hang in there,
Oh, wait, no,
hang in
Sunday.
there, honey.
Oh, honey. Oh, honey. Having a little audio. Ooh.
Yeah, that's different, right? That's weird.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, go ahead, play on your end, see if you hear it.
Hall of Famer Hulk Hogan
Can you hear it?
us now.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Oh, that's weird. I can't hear it. Huh. I don't know. Oh, here we go. When working, oh, here we go. When you're working as a policeman, but your favorite wrestler is Rey Mysterio. Let's check out this.
Oh, wow.
That's funny.
good.
I could hear that music.
Bow, 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 bow.
Pretty impressive.
Man, take that, Tony Khan.
He's gonna sign him, dude. Let's hear what Paul Heyman revealed that for the Solo Sikoa acknowledgement ceremony segment, he deprived himself of everything. Let's take a listen.
You know, or if I got 90 minutes sleep and I intentionally woke myself up.
Is that what you did?
Oh yeah. Didn't shave for several days. Didn't wash my hair for several days. Again, letting the grays more grow in. Took the stuff that, you know, washes the dye out of your hair so that more gray is shown. Like I wanted the aging process for a week to be really defined. Ate like shit the whole week, like stuff that would upset my sleep. I intentionally ate things that I knew like if there's spices that don't agree with you,
Yeah.
I ate those. Just so my skin color was off, wore no makeup, just intentionally wore a suit that didn't fit me as well.
Yeah, Paul, you look like shit.
Yeah, that's exactly like I wanted to walk in when people going like, "Yo, come here a minute."
Dude, what a trooper.
What's funny is he says here he didn't sleep properly for several days, didn't shave for several days, didn't wash his hair for several days, and ate like shit the whole week. and they're calling him a goat, and I
Go
do that
for a
all.
reason.
I do that all the time, where I'm unhealthy as fuck, and I get called a lazy fat piece of shit.
No, it's like, bro, I've been lazy for 28 years of my life. Where's my trophy? Goddammit.
You're telling me he just didn't care about himself, and you're calling him the goat? You know, like that's shit that I
It's
do
like,
all the time.
what's that video? The dude that we talk about all the time? I'm retarded.
I'm retarded. I love that video.
Oh man, but I mean, it's Paul Heyman, I guess, man. But I'm telling you, there's a bias here, man.
He's a genius, and I'm just lazy. Okay, I
I
don't
fucking
see
dare you. Yeah, man, something's not right here.
we have here. Oh, this woman's name is Helen Cell, and someone messaged, I still remember when Undertaker threw Mankind off of you.
That's good.
Let's see, we got here. Oh yeah, this one when you get paid bi-weekly. The luchador mask and ice soup. That's
Dude,
great.
I spent $260 on groceries this week.
That sounds about right. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure.
Man.
I know I did one order with Amazon for like $100, and I just got like cheese, a brisket, and what else? Maybe like some milk and some soda, and it was like
Golly.
$100 just for that.
It's so fucking expensive. So I'm
Here-
eating ice soup this week.
Hey, ice soup sounds good with you warm it up and it tastes even better. First look at WWE, a whole new wave of Funko Pops dropping in a few days. We got Gunther. That's what's her name? She's really good. Fucking
I don't know. What is her name?
oh my god, I gotta learn Chinese. Oh my god.
What's her name? Damage Control?
Yeah, but she's injured right now. She's injured.
Was she? No, she's not injured.
Oh, is that Io Sky?
It's Io Sky. You thought it was
Oh.
Asuka?
I thought it was Asuka.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. You gotta learn Chinese.
Dude, I gotta learn Chinese. Here's X-Pac.
I like the way that X-Pac one looks.
I'm guessing that's Charlotte Flair.
I was thinking I was Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, it does look like Alexa Bliss though too, but I feel like she would have more of the bright colors. So Charlotte Flair is more. Wasn't Charlotte Flair in her promo? She was kind of wearing this outfit, I think.
I think so. But is it saying in the comments like if people are discussing it? So I'm wondering if
Stacy Keibler.
Keibler.
Oh, okay.
She's got legs. She knows how to use them.
Oh. You know what they announced too on Raw, that they were gonna have a contract signing between Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens at Saturday night's main event, and Shawn Michaels was gonna be like the guest moderator.
Ah man, that's sick.
Yeah, I remember them saying that because they were like, "Who else to moderate it than San Antonio's own?" And I don't know why I thought they were gonna say Stone Cold. And they were like the Heartbreak Kid. I was like, oh yeah, Shawn Michaels is supposedly from San Antonio, but he's not really from San Antonio.
I know. Did I tell you about that? How like
Yeah, I think
my
you
dad
told me
ruined
about
magic
that.
for me, that my friend ruined Shawn Michaels not being from San Antonio for me.
I remember you telling me that he's not really from there. He's from like Kinspicky, and he's from like a weird like town in Texas.
Nah, he's from, I think if I remember correctly, Chandler, Arizona.
Oh, he's not even from Texas?
Nah, I don't even think he's from Texas. Suppose he just trained here. And I remember reading in Daniel Bryan's book that Daniel Bryan drove all the way here to San Antonio to train at Shawn Michaels' school. And when he showed up, Shawn Michaels just passed out from painkillers on the chair.
That sounds about right. That's our legend. That's our Heartbreak Kid. Next here. Oh, okay. So this was on purpose, right? And it has Ricochet with promo of that meme.
It looks so.
They all look so like.
Hold on, let me do this. That'll be my thumbnail.
I don't think I could do it.
It's like
That's hard to do.
I don't know.
That is hard to do. Oh, fuck you.
There you go. That was good.
Fucking dude.
Oh man, that's like how Paul Heyman does it. Like shower for a week. That's me after I shower. Like not shower for like 2 days.
Hell yeah. They got that stank on you.
I guess I do. That's hurting my eyeball.
Ray Phoenix shares a new photo in a straitjacket.
Why does this look AI generated?
It does. But why do you think he's in a straitjacket? Do you think
Because it's cold.
it's because he hurt his whole body and he's on the injury list now for another...
He's on the injury list for another year. It's for him preventing himself from injuring himself again.
he's his own risk to himself.
Oh man, poor Phoenix.
And lastly here's from WrestleMania.com. Would you buy WWE 2K5 if it was open world? And I was going to ask you, how do you think an open world wrestling game would work?
Did you ever play? I don't know if it'll shut your mouth or Here Comes the Pain. Did you ever play those games for the PS2?
I don't remember. I feel like I only played like SmackDown versus Raw 05, 06, or 07, whichever one was around.
So for the SmackDown games, I remember you get to choose a wrestler you want to wrestle with. And then you can walk around backstage and like talk to wrestlers, but when they talk, they just
yeah,
like that with the text at the bottom.
Looping. Yeah,
Yeah, and then like they had choices that you could choose like in your dialogue, which affects like your choices in the game, like RPGs and shit. So I remember there was one. It was you're talking to the Undertaker. He's telling you like, "Oh, you got to man up, whatever, blah blah blah. You can't be letting anybody walk all over you." And then it's like tell him okay or slap him. And then I put slap him. And then you slap him, right? And then he goes, "Man, that's the shit I need to see, or that's the stuff I need to see," blah blah blah. And it has the option. It's like leave, or then the second one, slap him again.
Oh my god!
So I slapped him again, and he passed out on the floor. And then it fades to black, and it just says, "Undertaker has earned your respect."
That's how you make them open world. They don't make them like that anymore.
Dude, I know that'd be funny. I mean, I would be all into it. Something different.
That would be funny. I don't know if it'd be a good game, but it'd be funny.
It's like, I think that would be a game.
It would be a game. Time to play the game. But yeah, that's all. That's all kayfabe. That's all funny. That's all games. That's all kayfabe. Everyone, I want to thank everyone for listening and watching wherever you may be. I want to thank my buddy Gabe for being here. I'll try to do that. Wait, you can do it the other way, right?
Oh,
like.
There's a thumbnail.
I'm so overweight, and but yeah, no, thank everyone for listening. Thank everyone for watching. What do you just want to say to people, Gabe?
First off, be careful with this Arctic blast that we're coming in. Like, make sure you dress warm. Cover up your pipes if they're exposed. Leave your faucets dripping, and if there's ice on the roads, just don't go driving. Just stay inside. Watch a couple movies.
Just stay home. Don't
don't be dumb. Please don't be dumb.
Be like WWE. Don't try this at home.
Don't try this at home. But then that gives me a reason to try it at home because I'm not gonna let people dictate what I do with my life.
Free will, baby.
Free will, baby. So you know what? I'm just kidding. Y'all just be safe and thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, tuning in for this episode, hitting that notification bell, 5 stars on Spotify. All that helps out the channel.
Hell yeah! I want to thank everyone. Thank Gabe for being here. We'll see you all next time on another episode of That's All Kayfabe. Later, guys.